we are, and I like to talk about two things. One, Hispanic Latino Heritage Month, and then two, Mexican Independence Day. Uh,
Hmm.
Now, in your experience, first talking about Hispanic Latino Heritage Month, can you kind of tell me more about that and what that might mean to you?
Well, in a perfect world, and without the pandemic, we would normally start celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month yesterday with El Grito de Dolores, which is where Father Hidalgo and Castillo called the people of their town to the endeavor to free the nation from Spanish rule, which was imposed 400 years ago. So now we celebrate 210 years of Mexican independence, and I feel very proud to represent the Hispanic Chamber with our 1,100 members, and also over 11, not only 1,100 members, but also 400 and over 410,000 Latinos here in Kern County. So we would normally start with the grito, and then we would end after Dia de los Muertos, which is November 2nd. Unfortunately, due to the pandemic, we were able to reenact the grito, which was yesterday, and we did a lot of social distancing and used masks. We kind of scaled it down from a 5-hour event to a 1-hour event, and it was actually closed to the public, and so people weren't able to enjoy what we have to offer. But we didn't let the pandemic affect us. We still went on and we moved forward with the reenactment of the grito. We had mariachis, folklorico dancers, and we also gave away 25 scholarships to high school graduating seniors and from all over Kern County, and also those first year students and vocational and training students. So we would normally, have lots of festivities. Us Mexicanos, we like to enjoy our tacos, our margaritas. We love to dance, and we like our mariachis. But at this time, we're keeping safe. We want to make sure everyone's safe. We want to make sure that everyone is staying within their intimate family, still celebrating our culture, still celebrating our heritage, what our grandparents passed down from generation to generation. And that's what we want to do this year. And we just want to keep safe so that next year we're able to celebrate for over a month and enjoy our culture.
Awesome. And I think one thing that at least I think about here in Bakersfield, Kern County in general, you see there it's far more heavy Hispanic Latino populated, and then you have Hispanics in positions of power. You have Hispanics who are putting in a lot of work into the farms, which is huge out here in California. And you have Hispanics who are local business owners and everything. What do you think, that kind of says about our community, where we live, who lives in our community?
Our community consists of 54% Hispanics here in Kern County. And I think regardless of what position you're in and regardless of what you do for a career or what you do not do for a career, I think that what we have that unites us all is our culture. Our culture, our values, the way that we were raised, the way that we were brought up. I think our food, our music, and our ethnic background, I think keeps us rooted to who we are, regardless of what position of power or not that you have here in Kern County. We are the majority here of Kern County, and I'm very proud of that, regardless of a business owner, farm worker, a president, CEO, to someone who is essential, non-essential, it doesn't matter. I think that we're rooted to what we were raised and taught and as we were growing up.
So every role is viable to our community.
Exactly. Every role is viable, as you mentioned, to our community. I think that we are surrounded by lots of different folks. It may be Hispanic, it may be non-Hispanic, it may be Caucasian or African American. But at the end of the day, I think that we celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month so that we can share our culture with other cultures, and as well as we learn from other cultures when they have their celebrations, such as Black History Month. And I think it's very important that we share our cultures, and so that people educate themselves on the different ethnicities, and so that we can come together and unite and become one.
I like how you touch on sharing our culture. I think that's one thing where a lot of barriers are drawn, between many different cultures. How do you think Hispanics, Latinos can go about in doing that and sharing and embracing others to help embrace them?
I think it comes from your upbringing, and I think it comes from your upbringing. I think it comes from education. Education is the key component to everything. And the more that we share our education and our values with our friends and our families and the people that we surround ourselves, either at work or in our daily lives, I think as much as we educate them, I think that we will find out that we can benefit from each other. This county is too big to be small. We need each other to get through this pandemic. We need each other to stay united and make sure that we celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month, we celebrate Black History Month, and we celebrate other cultures and ethnicities and their festivals when we're able to get to that point. So I think it's super important.
Sure. And then can you also speak on Mexican Independence Day and what that means for many people in our community?
We have undocumented folks here, and that's not to shy away from that. But I really feel that when we celebrate the Grito or we celebrate Mexican Independence Day, we are uniting as one, meaning Hispanic, meaning Latinos. We're celebrating as one ethnicity, but we all are here in America, and we share the same dream. And I think that that's really important for us to celebrate Mexican Independence Day. Let us not forget that Mexican Independence Day is like our 4th of July. It is not Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo is a great day. It's a great day to go out and have fun with your friends, but that is not our Independence Day. Mexican Independence Day is September 16th.
And then what do you think that other people should, learn about our Hispanic community or Latinos in general, not just our community, but all over? What do you think they can learn from people like us?
Repeat the question.
What do you think others can learn, those who are not Hispanic or Latino? What do you think they can learn from people like us who are, Hispanic and Latino?
I think that they're going to learn that we're extremely humble. I think that we're extremely grateful for what we have. I think we are hard workers. We are essential workers. We are non-essential workers. We have our abuelitas and our abuelitos that are there for us, that call us all the time. And it's unfortunate right now, sometimes we can't see each other. But I think that folks from outside of our culture will know and learn to embrace on what we have to offer. Come over to my house, I'm gonna give you a bottle of water. I'm gonna give you something to drink. I'm gonna give you something to eat. And I believe that really, really significantly signifies our well-being and the way that we were raised, and who we are as Latinos. And so whether we are educated or whether we are non-educated, and whether you're a teenager or you're a Latina or a Latino growing up as a teenage kid, you come over to the house, your mom and dad are going to cook for you, your friends, whoever you bring over, and be welcoming, and we welcome everyone into our home. And I think that's what really signifies us, and that's the way that we're brought up with values and morals. And nobody's perfect, but at the end of the day, we're always going to have our family that are going to be there for us. And you know that your family is always going to be there to support you with your endeavors or whatever you want to do in life.
Awesome. Is there anything else that you would like to say about either subject?
I would just like to add that I would just like to add that the September 16th is a very, very monumental day for all of us in our community and our country of Mexico. It's the 210th anniversary of Mexican Independence Day, and that signifies who we are. We fought for our country and we fought for our independence. And I just want to make sure that everyone has a very safe and celebrate, please, intimately with your family this year, because I know all of us want to get back to where we were, and hopefully next year we'll be able to go to either Mexico City and celebrate with the president, or we'll be able to have our annual Grito celebration that's hosted by the Kern County Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Thank you.
Awesome.